Harvard Billiards is proud to present the best-known and most accomplished trick shot artist in the game of pool. He has been considered #1 by his peers for over 20 years and was recently voted best in the history of the game by Billiards Digest. He has participated in tournaments and exhibitions around the world, earning numerous professional titles in snooker, 8-ball, 9-ball, 14-1, straight pool, and 1-pocket, in addition to setting records for the most balls pocketed and most 9-ball racks run in a 24-hour period. Here is World Trick Shot Champion Mike Massey.
Hi, are you ready to have some fun and learn some new trick shots? Over the past 26 years, I've traveled over 2 million miles playing and promoting billiards. It's fun, exciting, and competitive. And whether you're practicing for tournaments, playing 9-ball, or just having fun shooting trick shots, this is the game the whole family will enjoy all year round. We're going to take a look at some of the trick shots that I've performed over the years. Some of them are more difficult than others, but I'll show you how to set them up, and with a little practice, you'll be able to amaze your friends, family, and yourself. That's just one of the shots that you're going to see coming up. Then a little bit later, we're going to take a look at some really tough masse and stroke shots that even most of the pros can't execute. But first, let's take a look at some of the shots that everyone can learn. Now, we have a very simple shot set up here. 4 balls in 1 shot. But you can take a simple shot like this with the right prop and make it an entertaining shot. So we're going to take Jesse Q and... hey, I didn't dog the shot. Now I'd like to show you how to set this simple trick shot up. What you do, you take the cue ball, place it in the center of the table here, make sure it's centered, and then you place the cue ball about 6 inches from the pocket, side pocket, about the far edge of the cue ball, about 6 inches from the side, and then you take the 1 ball in line with the cue ball to the right side of the pocket to allow for the throw. The 2 ball should be lined up with the cue ball. Make sure these balls are frozen also. To the left side of the pocket to allow for the throw here. Then you take the 4 ball, place the 4 ball on the spot, the 3 ball directly in front, 1 ball, and then the 3 and the 4 should be aimed for the right side of the pocket to allow for the throw here. And then you'll notice that the tangent line between the 2 balls will be aimed for about the center of the pocket, the left pocket. Now all you have to do is shoot center, or maybe a hair above center, straight at the 3 ball. And then, of course, after that, if you have a cat or a dog or a pet alligator, just place them on the table to add a little bit of entertaining touch to it there. You can even do it with 2 dogs. Here's a neat shot that Rick Wright from Atlanta showed me. We're going to play the 8 and the 9 in the corner. Okay, now I'm going to teach you how to set up and play that shot. What you do, you take a piece of chalk, preferably a new piece of chalk, place it on the spot, near the spot, 8 ball on the chalk, take a rack, and bring your rack up to where that is touching the 8 ball in the center, close to the center, and you want this straight from the center of the rack to the point of the rack here for the corner pocket. And freeze the 9 ball with the rack. Place the cue ball about 1 foot back from the 8 ball, and then just shoot straight into the 8 ball with the center ball hit. And the most important thing on this shot is the speed. You've got to hit it at the right speed, or the 8 ball is going to jump off the table or hit before the pocket, but it could still go. So the speed is very important. So you need to practice this shot, and then you shouldn't have any trouble. It's a very easy, crowd-pleasing shot. Now here's a shot that's been around forever. 6 balls and 6 pockets. A lot of people call this the butterfly shot. Now I would like to teach you how to set up the butterfly shot. What you do, you take your 1 and 2 ball, place them in the center of the table like this, and then you make sure they're about a half an inch or so in front of the diamonds, this set of diamonds here, and then you take the cue ball, make sure the cue ball will not pass between the 2 balls. You can actually aim the cue ball and the 1 at the point of the side pocket here, and the same way with the cue ball and the 2 at the point over here. Then you take your other 4 balls and you line up combinations. The 1 and the 3 should be aimed to the right side of the pocket, the center at the point, about here. Okay, the 2 and the 4 should be aimed for the point of this corner pocket here. The 1 and the 5, since the 5 ball has to travel farther, it's going to throw more, so you have to aim the 1 and the 5 almost a full ball from the left, at the left side of the corner pocket here. The 2 and the 6 ball would be aimed at the right side of the pocket, a full ball here. Now that's according to if you have clean balls or dirty balls. Newer balls will throw less than dirty balls, so you have to take that in consideration. Then you take the cue ball, place it about a foot behind the 1 and the 2, and then just shoot with a center ball between the balls at a medium hard stroke, and then you should pocket the 6 balls in 6 pockets. This next shot is 8 balls in 1 shot. The first person I saw to make this shot was Jim Rempe in Germany at an exhibition. Okay, now I'd like to teach you how to pocket the 8 balls in 1 shot. This shot here, what you want to do, you take your 3 and your 4, and you make sure that the 4 is hanging a little bit over the pocket, and straight this way with your tangent line, straight down, parallel with the rail, about an inch or so away from the rail. And you do the same thing on the other side. The 5 and the 6 should be placed the same as the 3 and 4, except on the opposite side of the table. You take the 1 and the 3 should be lined where the right edge of the 1 ball with the left edge of the 3 ball. 1 ball is going to throw, so you get a good hit here from the 1 onto the 3. The cue ball and the 2 ball, the left edge of the 2 ball with the right edge of the 5 ball. Okay, now the 7 and the 8 are identical to the 4 ball shot earlier, where you just place the 7 and the 8 in line with the right side of the pocket. Now all you have to do is hit a hair above center, make sure you use a good level stroke, and aim straight at the 7 ball. And you should make all 8 balls, unless sometimes the 3 and the 7 collide here, but you got to have a little luck in this shot. But it's really a neat shot when you make it. Here's a shot that I learned from Mr. Kimura, the great trick shot artist from Japan. Earl Strickland calls this the slam dunk. 5 balls, 1 shot. Now for the slam dunk shot. What I do, I take my first ball, which will be the 5 ball in this instance, place it in the center of the table this way, halfway between the diamond and this edge of the side pocket here, approximately halfway. Now, I take the other balls, I freeze my first ball, frozen to the 5, with the tangent line aimed at the right point of the corner pocket, here. Now I take and freeze the 3 ball with the 2, with the tangent line aimed for about a quarter of the right pocket, right side of the pocket, right here. Now, the 1 and the 5, the tangent line between the 1 and 5 should be for the right point of the corner pocket. And then I line up a combination, the 1 and the 4, a full ball to the left side of the corner pocket. So a full ball here because the ball will throw a lot on this shot. Place the cue ball about halfway between the 3 and the rail and a halfway between the diamond and the corner pocket. Shoot very hard with a center ball hit into the 3 ball, and you should pocket the 5 balls. Here's a neat shot that I came up with in San Angelo, Texas at Giz and Hum's. We're going to pocket all 7 balls in one shot. I call this the Giz and Hum mess. Now I'd like to show you how to set that shot up. What we do, we take the 1 ball, place it in the center of the table this way, and then about a ½ inch in front of this set of diamonds from the side pocket, we line up a combination, the 1 and 2 for the right, going in the right side of the pocket, and make sure that the tangent line between the 1 and 2 lines up for the left side, going into the left side of the corner pocket. Now we take the 1 and 3, make sure they're frozen, lined up for about the center of the pocket here. Okay, now you take your 4 and 5 and you line a 3-4 combination and a 3-5 combination, just like the butterfly shot, where the 4 ball is like aimed to a ball left of the corner pocket and the 5 ball is aimed for the point of this corner pocket to my left. Take the 6 ball, freeze it with the 1 ball 1 inch from the 2 ball, inch gap here. Now we take the 7 ball and I'm going to place it about a 1/16 of an inch gap between the 6 and the 7, aimed for the right side of the pocket here. Now the cue ball. We take the cue ball, place the cue ball in line approximately from the 2nd diamond down from the side pocket, maybe another ball or so, and shoot dead straight into the 6th ball with a draw stroke, nice and firm, dead straight into the 6th with a draw stroke, and with any luck, you'll pocket all of the balls in one shot, and that's, we call it the Giz and Hum mess because look at it. It looks like a mess. Okay, here's an oldie but a goodie. The 8 balls on the spot surrounded by 6 other object balls. You have someone to choose one of these 4 pockets. And then you pocket the 8 ball in the pocket that they choose. So say your friend chooses this side pocket. You just shoot the cue ball into the 7 ball like this and make the 8. Now I'd like to teach you how to shoot the shot where you have someone to call the pocket for the 8 ball. What I do, I take the 8 ball, place the 8 ball on the spot. Then I take my first 2 balls, place them frozen to the 8, 1 ball and 8 ball frozen, the 5 ball and the 8 ball frozen, in a straight line from the center diamond to the center diamond. Now I take my 2 ball, freeze the 2 ball with the 1 ball, about a ½ inch gap between the 2 and the 8. Same way with the 7 and the 1 frozen, ½ inch gap between the 7 and the 8. The 3 frozen to the 5 with the gap, ½ inch gap, and the 4 frozen to the 5 with a ½ inch gap. Now if I want to pocket the 8 ball, say in this corner, I place the cue ball here in line with the point of the side pocket, shoot straight into the 7 ball, preferably low on the cue ball. Now if I want to make the 8 in this side, I place the cue ball here, about a ½ diamond between the pocket and the diamond, shoot into the 2 ball, straight full in the face with the 2. The same way here, shoot into the 4 here to pocket the 8 ball in that side. And I bring the cue ball up here. If I want to pocket the 8 ball in that corner, I shoot from this point into the 3 ball to pocket the 8 ball in that corner. Now if you want to really get fancy with the shot, you can take a handkerchief or a scarf and then just place the scarf or handkerchief over the balls like this. Remember your aiming point. So this time we're going to play the 8 ball in the corner pocket. Just like that. Here's another oldie but a goodie. We're going to pocket the 8 ball in this side pocket from here. To make this shot, I'm going to shoot into the 1 ball, the 2 ball moves out of the way, the 1 ball hits 3 ball, 4 ball moves out of the way, 3 ball hits 5 ball, 7 ball hits 10 ball, the 8 ball comes up and kisses off the side, 9 ball in the side. Okay, now let's go over that shot a little bit slower, okay? We take the 8 ball, place the 8 ball on the 2nd diamond from the corner pocket, froze to the cushion, take 6 stripes preferably, freeze them with each ball frozen together, frozen to the cushion. Then we take the 6th ball, place it very close to the corner pocket, and line a combination frozen 6 to the cushion, frozen to the 7 in line with the 13 ball. And I take the 5 and just freeze the 5 right in that V. You have a V there. There's all the 5 and 6, 7's all frozen here. Now we take the 4 ball, place it about 3 inches from the 8 ball. I freeze the 3 with the 4 at an angle here where the tangent line is aimed for about half of the 5 ball, right through the center of the 5 ball there. Now we take the 2 ball, place the 2 ball about 2½ inches or so from the 4 ball here, and the 1 ball frozen with the 2, a little bit less angle. We moved the 1 ball over actually about 1/4 of a ball here, so we have a little bit less angle here. Now if you notice, we have the 11 ball is in the center of the pocket here, about 1.5 inches in front of the pocket here. So the 8 ball is going to come up and kiss off the 11 in the side. Now the hit on this shot, I aim to shoot the 1 ball as though the other balls weren't there, at the left side of the corner pocket. So I'm shooting the one right like I'm trying to shoot the one into the left side of the pocket with a draw stroke. With a draw stroke, and you want to hit it really good and firm with just low on the cue ball so the cue ball goes into the cushion and out of the way so the 8 ball can come back up and go off to 11 into the side pocket. You might have seen Paul Brenza make this next shot on ESPN. 14 balls in one shot. I call it the dream shot. Now I'm going to show you how to set up the 14 ball shot, the dream shot. What you do, you take your butterfly shot, just like before, place it in the center of the table, and then the 8 ball shot that we did earlier is the same shot, except we don't have the 7 and the 8 near the spot. You can actually take the 2 balls and place them up here in the corners. And what you do, you have the ball hanging as much as you can over the corner of the pocket. Same way here. Now all you have to do is aim right between the 6 balls in the middle of the butterfly shot, a hair above center, and hit it with a good medium hard stroke. And with some luck, you can pocket the 14 balls in one shot. Now this shot is a difficult shot because you have all these balls are trying to get in the pocket at the same time. So it might take a few tries for you. Okay, this shot here, we're going to pocket 4 balls in one shot. The 1 in the side, the 2, the 3 banks back here, and the 4 ball over in the side pocket. This is probably the second shot that I learned in Loudon, Tennessee at Henry and Charlie's pool room. Ho! Okay, now I'm going to show you how to set this shot up and execute it. What I do, I take the 1, 2, 3, and 4 in a straight line, but I put a favor for the right side of the side pocket here, going straight across to the other side. I freeze the 2 and the 1, make sure the 2 and 1 are frozen, a little gap between the 3 and the 2, and the 4 and the 3 are frozen. Place the cue ball about a foot from the 3 ball, foot down from the balls, parallel, close to parallel with the 3 ball from the rail here. Now my aiming point is it's about a half a ball hit on the 3 ball. If you use center stroke, center on the cue ball, and just stroke right between the balls with a draw stroke, just aim your tip right between the 2 and the 3 with a draw stroke, you should be able to pocket the 4 balls in one shot. Here's a shot similar to the shot that Steve Meserak made famous on in the Miller Lite commercial about 15 years ago. 8 balls in one shot. Now I'd like to show you how to set up and shoot this just showing off shot. What I do is take the 1 and the 2 ball, place them near the side pocket about a half inch away from the point. Make sure they're good and straight here at a right angle, straight, because the 2 ball is going to throw when you shoot into the 1, cross bank in the side pocket. Then I take the 3 and the 4, place them up here also at a right angle. The 4 ball should be flush with the rail here, straight with the rail, and you want it going into the left side of the pocket as far as you can go up and still be going into the left side of the pocket. Okay, now I take the 5 ball, place the 5 frozen to the 3, aimed for the right side of the corner pocket because the 5 is going to throw to the left. Okay, now the 6, 7, and the 8 ball you want coming straight out from the center of the pocket. Make sure the balls are frozen. It's crucial that the 6, 7, 8, and the rack are all frozen touching. And the rack should be centered here. Now I take the cue ball, place the cue ball about a foot or so back from the 1, parallel with the 1 in the rail. High left, above center, left English, about a quarter of a ball hit on the right side of the 1 ball. And then I should pocket the 5 balls. The cue ball will go 3 cushions around the table, come back, hit the rack, make the 6, 7, and the 8. Now this is my favorite shot. 10 balls. We both shoot at the same time. And are you ready, huh?
You bet I'm ready.
Okay. One, 2, 3. Now, if you want to double your pleasure, you can make the shot, have 2 people shoot the shot at the same time. And what you do, you place, just like the showing off shot, you got your 5 balls placed over here on the left side and the 5 balls placed on the right side. And then you just have your friend shoot the shot from one side and you shoot it from the other side on the count of 3 or whatever, and you should pocket the 10 balls in one shot. This next shot could come up in a game of 8 ball once every 10 years or so. Pocket the 4 balls and play position for the 8 ball. Now I'd like to teach you how to pocket 4 balls and play position for the 8 ball. What I do, I take my first ball, I take the 8 ball, place it on the foot spot, where the spot would be. Then I take another ball and line it with the corner pocket and the side pocket. This is just for to help me line up my 4 balls. Now I take my first 2 balls that's going to be used in the shot and place them centered with the tangent line between the side and the corner, about 1/8 of an inch gap between the 2 and the 3. Now I take the 1 ball and line up a 3-1 combination to the right side of the pocket, right here to the right side. Make sure the balls, the 1 and 3 are frozen. The 2 and the 4, make sure they're frozen. Aim for the left side of the pocket here. Then I place the 8 ball there's somewhere down near the cushion. Take my cue ball, place it halfway between the 1 and the rail, and actually in a line almost with the 1 ball. Now, all you have to do is aim with a very thin hit on the right side of the 2 ball with high right English. And then you got to hit it with a good firm stroke. You should pocket the 4 balls, and the cue ball will go around 3 cushions back over there somewhere for position for the 8 ball. Okay, here's another situation shot. We're playing 8 ball. We're playing on a table that's leaning this way, about 6 inches low on this side, and my opponent plays me safe. So I'm just going to pocket all of the solids and play position for the 8 ball. Now I'd like to show you how to pocket the 7 balls in play position for the 8. Now this shot might take some practice. This is not an easy shot. What I do, I take the 2 ball and the cue ball, freeze the cue ball and the 2 ball, lying from this diamond to the right side of the center diamond. Okay, now I take the cue ball and the 1, make sure these balls are frozen. The cue ball and the 1 is aimed for the right side of the pocket because the 1's going to throw a little. Then I take the 8 ball, place it about an inch from the edge of the side pocket, freeze it to the cushion. Then I take the 4 ball at a little angle, I move it over about 1/4 of a ball, a little bit of an angle here. The 3 ball and the 4 frozen, aimed to the right side of the pocket. Then I take the 5, 6, and 7, place them similar to the showing off shot, except they're moved back this way about 1/4 of an inch and out about 1/4 of an inch. And the 6 and 7 should be aimed to the right side of the pocket, going into the right side. Okay, now, this is very important. You want to stroke with a high on the cue ball, real high. Aim for about a center ball, a little bit to the right of center on the 4 ball. Aim at the 4, little right center. And when you stroke it, you got to stroke it good and firm, and let the stick come up as you stroke it, because if you don't, the 2 ball will hit the cue. So you got to stroke it and let the cue come up, and you should pocket the 7 balls. With some luck, you have position for the 8 ball, and if you're not lucky, your opponent's going to give it to you anyway after making that shot. This is the first trick shot that I ever learned in Loudon, Tennessee. I'm going to pocket the 8 ball in the side pocket. This is a time shot. Okay, now let's see how I made that shot. We take the 8 ball, freeze the 8 ball, first diamond from side pocket. Cue ball frozen with the 8 and the cushion. Now, I find my aiming point across table about a ball from the side pocket. So I'm going to aim about there with the little right English on the cue ball. You have to hit above center, of course. So a little right on the cue ball and just a nice firm stroke. The 8 ball should come up, cue ball goes across, come back, pocket the 8. Okay, here's another time shot. I'm going to shoot into the 1 ball. The 3 ball's going to go up, hit the 8 ball. The 9 ball goes down, makes the 4. The 9 stays in the pocket. The cue ball goes around 3 cushions and pockets the 9. Okay, the most important thing about that shot is this ball here, the 3 ball. We're going to place it about a 1/2 inch from the corner pocket and about a 1/64 of an inch or so away from the cushion. It's not frozen. And that's so when the 9 comes down, if the 9 is not frozen, it will stay near the corner pocket instead of moving away. Okay, let's move up here. The 9 ball is frozen, first diamond from the side pocket, with the other 2 balls, 7 and 8 in this case, are frozen, all frozen. All 3 balls are frozen, plus to the cushion also. And then we come up here, we have the 6, 2, and the 4 are all frozen with one another and also to the cushion. And the 1 ball, we freeze the 1 ball with the 6 about a 1/2 a ball away from the cushion, a little over an inch or so away from the cushion, frozen here in line with the 2nd diamond from the corner pocket. Now the hit on this shot is we want to shoot with right, almost a full tip of right English, a little above center, and about a half of a ball hit on the one ball. So we, nice firm stroke, just take a practice stroke, nice firm stroke, little high right, and stroke it nice and firm. And with a little luck, you'll make the 9 ball in the corner on a time shot when the cue ball goes around 3 cushions and pockets the 9. Now those are some of my favorite setup shots. Some of those shots may look difficult, but if you practice and follow my directions, you'll be able to shoot them before you know it. And now it's time to show you some of those harder shots, the shots I talked about at the beginning of the program. These shots are some of the most difficult, toughest shots in the world. And even most of the pros can't execute them. So let's take a look, and when I come back, I'm going to show you a new shot that I've been working on. Think about those shots. Now why don't we take a look at that new shot, the one I mentioned earlier in the program. Okay, I'm going to pocket the 1 ball in the side, the 2 ball in the corner, bank the 3 ball back up here. 4 ball is going to hit the rack, go back across into the side, and make the 5, 6, 7, and 8 in the side pocket. 8 balls in one shot. Now let me show you how to set that shot up. Now, you've seen this shot before. This is the same 4-ball shot that we did earlier in the program. So I'm going to show you how to set up the second part of the shot. The second part of the shot, you take the 5, 6, 7, and 8, preferably, and you place them in a straight line from the center of the pocket across the table. And you can take your rack like this and just use it for a straight edge to make sure the balls are straight and they're not, one of the balls is not off. And you take the rack and freeze the rack with the 8 ball. And what's very important is that this has to be straight up and down, parallel with the cushion. Because if it's turned to the right, a little bit like this, when the 4 ball hits, it's going to go to the right. And if it's turned this way, when the 4 ball hits the rack, it's going to go to the left. So you want to have this rack just straight straight up and down the table here. Okay, now, the cue ball, like I said, just like before, except now on this shot, you have to shoot it harder than the one earlier in the program. You've got to shoot this shot harder because the 4 ball is going to hit the rack and go back across the table. You know, I really like that shot. That's a shot my good friend Dave Pearson showed me. And like some of the other shots we've seen today, that shot might seem difficult. But keep practicing it. And before you know it, you'll be able to sink it every time. Well, that's all the time we have for today. And, you know, I'd like to thank the folks at Harvard for letting me share my favorite shots with you. So until next time, I'm Mike Massey saying, enjoy your game.